Hola, comadres. ¿Qué tal? It's Tuesday again, and just wanted to pop on and say thank you for your continued support. I feel like I'm having the goal to put out supportive things for all of you, but it's also bringing me a lot of love and support. So I really want to thank you, all of you that have reached out in one way or another, or just knowing that somebody's at the other end of this video, somebody is there saying, oh, Kathy's thinking about me, and I'm just glad to have these few minutes to spend with you before I go launch the day. And actually, the day has been launched since I woke up, but you know what I mean. Getting ready to jump in the car and go to work and get things started for the day. This morning, I've had a little bit of time just to think and reflect and plan a little bit how I would like this day to be. I realize it's not going to go however I planned, but I feel calmer. I actually slept better last night. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was clearing some plunder that was piled up. And I say plunder a lot because it's just, plunder just implies to me stuff that's piled up. It's random. It's just in a pile. So that's when I say plunder, that's what I mean. I'm a collector. I save paper. I save this. I save that. And it's all just kind of like, in a pile up. So I was actually sorting some things yesterday, finding some things that I needed, getting rid of some things that I didn't need, and even just spending an hour and a half doing that made a difference. Man, I'm getting a big sunlight here from the window. Yeah. Anyway, y'all can believe that the sun is shining on me today, because I know the sun is shining on you wherever you are. So I'm not going to worry about that. But, just like the pileup of things, of papers, of items, of objects, of emotions, of experiences. Like sometimes it's just like more than we can handle and we just walk on by. La, 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 la. I realize that there's no way to tackle all of it, but there's a way to say for the next 20 minutes, I will work on this thing, or 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, whatever I think that I can convince myself to do, because it's just so overwhelming to look at all that has to be done. And I know there's a lot of people who are super organized, focused, things go in a certain place, they put them in that place, there's places available where they have more things. And I just have to confess, that is not the reality of my life. Some people have files, some have piles. Some people have items and I have plunder. So I just have to know and accept that about myself, but also know that there's things that out of fear I'm holding on to, or out of procrastination. I have a giant bag of stuff to shred. I would burn up a shredder trying to do that, but it's in a giant bag that I just keep adding to. And I think about whether we have that bag we're adding to take to the donation, or we have that bag of shredding that we're adding to, or we have that, whatever it is that's piling up in our life. I know that there are things that are important to me that I'm putting effort into. Yet I realize that if I could put some effort into some of the small things, and that, guess what? I get to stop when I'm done. Not when I'm done. You know what I mean? Like when I am emotionally ready to stop the task. I think that part of my self-talk is, you don't do enough. Look at this. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. That is that critical voice that goes on in my head, and I'm becoming more aware of the fact that whatever I do in the moment is helpful. I have to stop having some idea that I'm going to reach some level of nirvana, of equilibrium, of just the right amount of stuff in the space, because I just know I've been collecting stuff for a lot of years. And it doesn't matter whether you've been collecting stuff for 5 years or 5 decades. What I'm learning is to give myself grace and to say, okay, I worked on this for X amount of time. And it's nowhere near complete, but I'm allowed to stop now. I'm allowed to stop now. I'm allowed to find a stopping place. And that's going to give me more possibility for a starting place another day. Things can get very overwhelming. And those of you that have a whole family in your house, there's things times everyone who's in the household. And how do I live in a way that I'm not 100% anxious about the things, about all the things and all the people and all they do? And one of the things that I'm working on is just trying to be present to myself. Yesterday I came home from work and I was just completely exhausted, not from any specific and particular parts of the day, but just from the sum total of everything. And I asked myself, what do you need? Instead of, what do you have to do? And that's a little bit different framework. What do you need? I realized what I needed at that point was just to lie down and take a break and not start anything. And I just, I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. What I need to do is lie down, not the list of things that need to be done. And actually, I did that and I felt better and I was able to commit some time, but it was like every moment to me was open-ended. I have learned that it is not helpful to me when I shame myself or punish myself with a giant list of what needs to be done. There's the difference of I have to do this, oh my God, and I choose to do this now. So yesterday I was able to say, I choose to lay down now and we'll see what happens later. I didn't have to lay down so that I could power myself up to force myself afterwards. That's the energy level I've lived on for so long. Just throw it in overdrive, and it's not healthy. It has not been healthy for me, and I imagine it's probably not healthy for you. To be able to say, I choose to lay down right now. Okay, later, I choose to get up. I'm going to go make some simple dinner, and I choose to sit down with this paperwork that's been piled up for a long time. On Sunday, I was like, I choose to sit down and figure out some bills that I haven't taken care of. I choose to figure out how far I'm behind on something that doesn't come out on automatic draft. And without judgment, without trash talking myself, figure it out, pay it, move on. Taking away the trash talking for what is not done has made less trash in my life. It doesn't mean it's not all cluttered. It doesn't mean there's all kinds of things that there's not all kinds of things to take care of, but oh man, I feel a relief. I feel a relief in that I choose. Maybe I'm going to choose to lie down. Maybe I'm going to choose to walk out of the kitchen and leave the dishes, or maybe I'm going to choose, okay, I'm going to do these dishes now. I'm going to look at these bills now. I'm going to stack up these books now. I'm going to, instead of a lot of avoidance behavior, be present to what I'm doing, but listen when I need to stop. And quit thinking I should be like this and I should be like that. That's what's been helpful to me. I feel a little bit of victory, not because I completed X amount of sorting, purging, cleaning, but I feel a victory because I was able to stop in a peaceful way. Not in a way of like, well, you did something, but it sure wasn't enough. No, I'm just like turning off that critical, bitchy Kathy in my head. Sometimes she still likes to go, but when I look over the day, I realize I'm going to feel more peaceful and sleep better on the days I respected myself, on the days I gave myself affirmation, support, and grace, than on the days when I was trash talking me. I wouldn't talk to anyone else that way. And so I'm learning little by little, day by day, to make progress. And when that liar comes up in my brain, and that liar in my brain is the one that says, you're not enough, you're to this, you're to that, you're not doing enough, I can say, this is what I'm choosing for today. I choose peace, I choose to approve of myself. That's a big one for me. I choose to approve of myself. Not because of what I do, but because of who I am. I choose to approve of myself. That's what I want y'all to take with you today, comadres. For each one of you. To be able to look in the mirror or your phone or a selfie or whatever it is and say, I choose to approve of myself. Love you, comadres.